What if the craziest myths you've ever heard were just badly labeled facts? Ancient cities no one believed in found, death rays built, real unicorns, well, kind of. These aren't bedtime stories. They're plot twists in world history. Let's dive into 33 myths that turned out to be disturbingly true. 1. The unicorn. Real. But it wasn't sparkly. It was a 4-ton furry tank called the Elasmotherium, a hairy rhinoceros with a massive horn jutting out of its forehead. Not exactly the kind you'd want on a Lisa Frank sticker. 2. In ancient India, poison wasn't just in the bottle. It walked around in heels. The Vishkanya, or poison damsels, were real. Trained from birth to absorb venom until their bodies became literal weapons. One kiss could kill. 3. Kraken? Not just sailor gossip. Giant squids are real, grow up to 40 feet long, and have dinner plate-sized eyes. If you were a 17th century sailor seeing that rise from the deep, you'd need a stronger drink and a new job. 4. Stone Age brain surgery was a thing. Called trepanation, it involved carving holes into skulls. And the best part, people survived. With flint tools. That's either terrifying or oddly impressive. 5. Gladiators weren't just men. Women fought in the Roman Colosseum too. They trained, bled, and died in the arena, and archaeology proved it. The girl boss era was alive and brutal in ancient Rome. 6. Moby Dick wasn't fiction. He was real, and his name was Mocha Dick. An actual albino sperm whale that attacked whaling ships, surviving dozens of harpoons before finally going down. Man wasn't hunting him. He was hunting man. 7. Emperor Caligula built floating palaces, not yachts palaces. Massive marble-decorated barges with plumbing for hot and cold water. Everyone thought it was a tall tale, until we drained Lake Nemi and found them. 8. London once had a ghost train. No, really. The Necropolis Railway transported the dead and their mourners out of overcrowded Victorian cemeteries. There were first-class tickets for the living and the deceased. 9. The Pied Piper? Something did happen. In 1284, 130 children really did vanish from Hamelin, Germany. No one knows how or why. The myth? That they ever came back. 10. Want to find fossils of sea creatures? Climb Mount Everest. Its summit is made of ancient ocean floor. Proof that the Earth can flip the script on even the most obvious truths. 11. Gorillas were considered fantasy creatures for over 2,000 years. Big, hairy jungle men. Surely myth. Until the 1800s, when we found them. Turns out, Bigfoot was just waiting for a passport. 12. Archimedes built a death ray, probably. Using mirrors to reflect sunlight and set ships on fire. Mythbusters tested it. MIT students proved it. Myth? Maybe. Science? Definitely. 13. Amazons weren't just legend. Archaeologists found Scythian graves filled with women buried alongside weapons and battle wounds. The warrior women of Greek myth. Very real. Very deadly. 14. Sea serpents. Meteorfish. 30-foot-long, ribbon-like fish with a flaming red mane. When sick, they rise to the surface and thrash around like a monster from your worst sea nightmare. 15. Pygmies were considered folklore by Europeans. The Egyptians knew better over 4,000 years ago. They traded with them, honored them, even wrote about their dances. Myth to one culture, reality to another. 16. The Greeks built computers. The Antikythera mechanism was a 2,000-year-old device that tracked the movements of the sun, moon, and planets. Its been called the world's first analog computer, and it was lost to time until 1901. 17. The assassins. Real. Not the video game kind, but an actual secret order known as the Hashashin. They specialized in public political killings. And no, they weren't drugged. Just really good at their jobs. 18. Aliens didn't make the Nazca lines. Humans did with rocks. By removing surface stones to reveal lighter ground, ancient Peruvians created massive geoglyphs visible from the sky. The only mystery is why. 19. Atlantis. Not a continent, but a memory. The eruption of Thera around 1600 BC wiped out the Minoan civilization with quakes, fire, and tsunamis. Paradise lost, indeed. 20. The Shang dynasty in China was long considered myth, until dragon bones sold in medicine shops were found to have inscriptions divination records from 3,000 years ago. The bones didn't lie. 21. Troy wasn't just Homer's imagination. Archaeologists found it, layered under modern Turkey. One of those layers shows signs of fiery destruction. The Trojan War, probably real. The horse, poetic license. 22. The Song of Roland, epic poem. The battle behind it, a humiliating ambush by angry Basque locals, not a heroic stand against 400,000 Saracens. One of history's best PR makeovers. 23. The Great Pyramid still holds secrets. In 2017, scientists found a massive hidden chamber using cosmic rays. After 4,500 years, the pyramids are still hiding things. Indiana Jones would be proud. 24. Sodom and Gomorrah might have been nuked from space. Archaeologists in Jordan found a city vaporized 3,600 years ago. The likely cause? A meteor airburst thousands of times more powerful than Hiroshima. 25. The Vikings reached America, hundreds of years before Columbus. A Norse settlement found in Newfoundland proved the sagas were right. Vinland was real. So were the bearded explorers who beat history to the punch. 26. Herodotus claimed the Scythians buried their kings in gold-filled tombs. Archaeologists laughed until they found them. Piles of gold, weapons, sacrificed servants. Sometimes, the father of lies tells the truth. 27. A Roman legion ended up in China. After a disastrous battle, thousands were captured and marched east. Some Chinese records describe soldiers fighting in a turtle shell formation. DNA evidence in a remote village backs it up. 28. The lost city of the monkey god. Found. Using LiDAR tech, researchers discovered ancient ruins deep in the Honduran jungle. Pyramids, canals, artifacts. The myth wasn't just real, it was huge. 29. Heracleion was Egypt's Atlantis, a mighty port city swallowed by the sea. In 2000, archaeologists found it underwater temples, statues, even sunken ships, perfectly preserved beneath 30 feet of silt. 30. El Dorado wasn't a city. It was a man, a Muisca king covered in gold dust, paddled to the center of a lake and bathed in riches. Spanish imaginations took it from there. The gold? Still at the bottom of the lake. 31. Mads Mikkelsen's pirate ancestor. Not a myth. His family tree includes a 17th century pirate who fought the Danish Navy. So, when Mads plays a villain, it might just be in the blood. 32. During the Vietnam War, American soldiers feared ghost-like enemies who vanished underground. Not paranoia. The Viet Cong built over 120 miles of tunnels beneath their feet. A real-life underground shadow army. 33. Captain Kidd's treasure? It was real. He buried it on Gardener's Island, gave it to the owner for safekeeping, and authorities recovered it days later. The treasure was never lost, just misunderstood. So maybe the myths aren't dying. They're just waiting for the evidence to catch up. And here's the real question. What myth do you secretly believe might be true?